Show. We're having a fantastic day. We have so much to get into in the news. We have so much that's going on in the news right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. A lot of people know who Tucker Carlson is. He was left a media personality absolutely stunned. We will get into that. You won't believe how he manhandles the girl in the crowd. Not only that, we have new stipulations coming down from the debate prep for tomorrow night. CNN did a video about what it's going to be like at the debate. You won't believe what you see. And turns out there might be, and there definitely is, maybe 400 terrorists living among us that were just recently came across the border because our border is safe and secure, and they're finally admitting it. So it begs to ask the question, why? And so much more. Let's get into today's show. What's up, Queen? What's up, Will? How you guys doing? High energy start. Feeling good. You guys are feeling good. Put it in the chat. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're doing. We're going to start off with this video, though. This video of Tucker Carlson just absolutely manhandling. He did a speech. I feel like this video is very important. I feel like this video is very, very in-depth, very needed to be talked about. This is big. The media has been known for constantly lying over and over again. The media has been known to, even when they are asking people questions to their face, not allowing them to actually respond in honest answers because they're more concerned with staying on their own narrative. That's what they call fact-checking. We're fact-checking you live. We're not going to allow you to say this kind of stuff on our platform. That's what they call fact-checking. It's their narrative that you're not allowed to deviate from, because to deviate from would challenge their own moral compass, their own ideology, their own worldview. And you see it so clearly in this interview that Tucker Carlson just recently put out. He did a speech in Australia. And I think it's important to have a little context before we actually dive into what is happening. Context is important. We don't always address context on the show because sometimes it's fun not to actually have context. But listen to this question. So Tucker Carlson is asked in this interview, who's the most difficult person you've ever ever talked to? This is a live show, folks. No cutting, no clipping. So who's the most difficult person? And he says Donald Trump, but then listen to what he says after it, because I feel like that is the most important part of this whole interview.
I've interviewed an awful lot of politicians where you just feel like there's something so dark coming off them. You know, you get that feeling like I'm not really sure what you're into, and I don't really want to know.
I'm gonna come.
But I'm pretty sure drinking human blood is part of it. You just, ooh, you get that feeling. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I think Trump is one of the hardest to interview. I love Trump personally, actually, and I agree with him on so many things, and I'm certainly rooting for him. Now, the Department of Justice in the United States is trying to take him out of the presidential race on utterly fake charges. So I'm totally for Trump in those ways. But he's difficult to interview because he's, discursive? He sort of goes off in other directions, which very often are hilarious. So you go in there with a set of questions like, like your dutiful little dorky journalist. I got to ask him about this, got to ask him about that. And you get to about midway through the first question, he's off. Wow, and another thing. And you just sort of realize, no, my job is not to get my questions answered. They won't be anyway. Mm-hmm. Just enjoy it. Yeah. Sit back and think of England. So yeah, that's difficult unless you, sorry, I shouldn't have said that, excuse me. Unless you approach it with the right cast of mind.
Okay, so that is what a real journalist would actually do in an interview. When you go to interview somebody, you come up with questions because you want to seem like you know who the person is. You want to get to know them more. You want to do a yes and to a question. There is something important that you want to get down to the bottom of, and then you're like, oh, that's a great question. I want to go deeper into this subject to learn more because I think it's important to know. But a real journalist, if you're interviewing somebody and they start going off about something else that they find more important than what you brought to the table, you allow them to speak because You're interviewing the person. You're not pushing your agenda. That's what a journalist would do. That's what somebody who is curious, has a curious mind, not, I'm here to educate you because what you're saying is racist. And my colleagues need to know that I'm on the right side of history. Okay? And this is where it takes a turn where it's just wonderful. So he goes on after this to talk about who he hates the most. And then literally after he says all this, it happens. And he dismantles this media personality, this chick, in the most magnificent way possible.
Which is just let it go. This is a kind of performance art. You're in the middle of the installation. You know what I mean? So I'm interviewing him soon again, and I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, so, I'll say one last thing. It is. I mean, I've been doing this for 33 years. It's the only job I've ever had. And my views on it have changed really dramatically, and my views about my coworkers, who I despise, have also changed dramatically. Despise more than really anybody in the world. And that's a heartfelt sentiment too. I'm not just saying that; I really mean it from the bottom of my soul. But my views on it have changed, and I think that one of the mistakes that journalists make, a lot of them are insecure and mediocre as people, 100%. Which is why they're in the business in the first place.
Yep.
So they can suck up to power and feel strong when they're weak.
A celebrity.
But one of the mistakes they make when they go into an interview is they're thinking about the people back in the newsroom and they're trying to impress them. That's the real audience of the interview. And so you see them ask these questions, these inherently fruitless questions, all of which are designed not to elicit information from the person being interviewed, but to illustrate the journalist's moral superiority over the person he's talking to. Well, is it true, Mr. Putin, and you eat children? I do not eat children, but you do. And you sort of have to wonder, like, does the guy expect Putin to be like, well, it's funny you asked. I do eat children, actually. And you caught me. And I'm going to tell you now exclusively that I eat children. Of course not. The whole point is to let all the other dummies back in the newsroom at ABC News or NBC or whatever these ridiculous, absurd, totally discredited news outlets, to let them know that the journalist is brave.
Yes.
And I feel at my advanced age, at 55, that that's actually kind of not my role. That my role is to elicit information to the extent that I can for people watching.
Okay, and that's not just like an old person take. That's what a journalist should do. You should be curious. There's a problem in the country. I want to be curious. I want to come to this with an open mind. I don't want to tell you my narrative. I want the narrative to unfold before my eyes and allow the story to unfold. That's what a real person is that wants to get down to the bottom of this stuff. So it's incredible that what he just said. So keep that in the back of your head, that he's talking about how he hates how journalists will just say things in order to appease the people in the broadcasting studio. Because it's not important to actually get down to the truth or ask questions and allow the person you're interviewing to either go off in their own narrative or whatever. It's more important to show the people who you really are. Okay. And now he gets to the portion of the interview, of the speech, where he starts taking questions from media, of course. Like, rule number 1, don't take questions from idiots from ABC or NBC. They're like the worst of the worst when it comes to this kind of stuff. So listen to this. Watch how he can just sense that this woman, this chick, is being completely disingenuous with her questions. And once somebody starts to become disingenuous like this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how cordial you are back. If once they consider what you are saying doesn't matter and they're just here to have their viral moment, my Spartacus moment, this is my moment and you're going to remember me for it. Listen to this. This is incredible. Oh, God, I love this.
So much for your address today. So you talked a little bit about immigration, and in the past you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement Theory. This is the same...
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well...
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I...
4,000, like literally 4,000, like a million bajillion times. Like do you watch my show? No, I would never watch that white supremacist show. but my friends tell me it's like 4,000 times. Don't you love when people that you know don't actually watch his content to come up with these kind of questions? They're just spewing their narrative. Oh, what I always hear, Tucker is a troll. Tucker is disingenuous. He's not a real human being. He's a racist. You fill in the blank. You just hear that over and over and over again. What's up, Valerie? It's just ridiculous. So he already knows she's being completely disingenuous in this question. And you could just see it on the look of his face. Like, really? You bring this here?
I say that.
On your
I said
show,
whites
Fox?
are being replaced?
You have said that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I would challenge you to cite that because I'm pretty sure I haven't said that.
I don't need to
said
cite
native
it. All my friends tell me that's true.
Native-born Americans are being replaced, including blacks.
Native-born Americans.
Native-born Americans.
And
Americans who, like black Americans, African Americans have been in the United States for, in many cases, their families over 400 years. And their concerns are every bit as real and valid and alive to me as the concerns of white people whose families have been there 400 years. So I've never said that whites are being replaced. Not one time. And you can't cite it.
Untrue.
So
I believe that it's untrue. I'm not going to allow you to say that, even though you're saying it to my face. I'm not going to take what you're saying at face value because you're not a human being in my eyes. And I want to make sure the world knows that what I'm doing is spreading information, not dis and misinformation like you're doing. Thank you. Some op-ed told them so. They were always right. Yeah, 100%. This is a question that the bosses have put on this girl to be asked.
Matt, but when our relationship starts with a lie, it makes it tough to be friends. So
Well, you've been lying
let's
about
pull
my
that back.
press
I'm
gallery
happy to
colleagues all
explain what I
morning as
do
well,
think.
so-
Well, you actually can't say it because I didn't say it, and I don't believe it, and I'm telling you that to your face. So why don't you just accept me at face value?
Because you're a
My
liar.
concern is that the people who are
It's
born in the
just not
country
true.
are the main
Watch her
responsibility
lip.
of
She
its
gets
leaders.
kind of crazy.
And as noted earlier, when those leaders shift their concern from the people whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world to put their priorities above that of their own citizens, that's immoral. And they are being replaced in my country, people who are born in the United States. And the birth rate tells the whole story. They are not at replacement.
I love that, like, Tucker says Americans are being replaced by immigrants, and all of a sudden it becomes like a thing about race. Because that's what they always do. They're just like, how do we twist it? Make America great again? Oh, that means you want a white America. That means you want slavery back. It's just what a child would do, and they're so good at it, and they know that their viewers and their listeners are so stupid that they can manipulate them with their emotions and use words like racist or slavery. You know, that's why they always only talk about the Holocaust, or they talk about slavery. They just talk about these like basic historical events because they assume people are too stupid to like know more than that. It's just incredible.
Rate. And so the U.S. population is growing because we're importing people from other countries. And my view is that happy people have children, and a functioning economy allows them to do that. And we don't have that. And so you need to fix the economy and fix the culture and make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go for the quick sugar fix of importing new people. Like, that's my position. And if you think that's racist, that's your problem.
I never called you a racist.
But of course,
I never called you a racist. I just insinuated that you are worried about white replacement theory. I'm too stupid to know that my own logic doesn't make sense, and you're calling me out on it to my face. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. You're supposed to accept me for who I am, and this is how I feel based on nothing to back it up.
But of course, you are suggesting.
100%.
And I must say, one of the reasons people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean.
Exactly.
Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about
Yes.
to tell me the great replacement theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. I've said what I've said to you right now like 100 times in public. I hope to, if I live long enough, say it 100 more times. I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary. It's factually true. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't
And
actually
my
finished my
response is, no,
question.
I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll...
I haven't actually asked you my question. Okay, then that's another thing. I hate it. I hate how media does that. They're like, I want to fact check you and call you out. You once said that Hitler liked cheeseburgers. Are you a Hitler supporter? You eat cheeseburgers every day. You know, I wouldn't eat cheeseburgers if I found out that Hitler ate cheeseburgers. Would you? God, just ask the question. You don't need to give us a response or like, hey, I don't agree with this statement, but just ask the question.
I'll answer it.
Okay, well, this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 black Americans
come on.
two
You know what
white
I mean?
Americans were killed.
Like,
And it's also
Yeah, this idea that you have that you just told me you don't have actually inspired a shooting, so therefore you did it. It's just, I'm not, based on my premise that is totally faulty, I'm gonna go ahead and keep pushing forward. Being observant isn't racist. Yes, it is. Facts are racist. Put it in your pipe and smoke that.
It's not, first of all,
it's inspired the worst, one of the worst Australian guns
how do
of
they
all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look,
Because stupid people push propaganda. And smart people actually ask questions. That's how. It's just like so obvious. It's right in front of your face. Stupid people take things on face value. They're just like, oh, this has to be true because fill in the blank. People that are smart tend to listen, hear, and then look into it. Just to look into it, to deepen their knowledge. Is what they're saying is true? Is Tucker being truthful? Is there seemingly a whole migration of illegal immigration in America? Yes. And why would they allow that? And why do they lie about it over and over again? That is the questions you should be asking. Why does it seem like they want to flood the country with people who aren't Americans or don't have American values? Why would they do that? That is always the question. And whatever answer you come up with based on your knowledge or your thought process is you, because you're an individual. You're allowed to have your own opinion. You don't need to have my opinion. You don't need to have CNN's opinion. You don't need to have Tucker's opinion. You can come up with your own, and that's allowed in America. And that's allowed in this show as well.
I'm sorry. I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be, but
no, that's one of my favorite things. Maybe you're just pretending. No, call her stupid, because she needs to be shamed. Like, the only way she will change is being publicly shamed for what a buffoon she is.
I'm totally against violence. I'm totally against the war in Ukraine, for example, which doubtless you support. And like all dutiful liberals, support more carnage. I don't. I hate mass shootings, actually.
What?
Nothing I said. What does it mean to inspire something?
Oh my God. Tucker comes out against mass shootings. You've changed, bro. You've changed.
My views are not bigoted against any group. They're honest. They're factual. That's not hate. That's reality. And my views derive from my deep concern for Americans.
Oh, he just said views and reality. That's racist. Where do you get your views from, Fox News? Oh, you got fired from them? Probably not that. Okay, my bad.
Actually, Americans aren't having kids because they can't afford to. And nobody in charge cares.
Exactly.
And so that's my position. That doesn't...
That is 100% what's happening. Americans aren't having kids. And what do? Well, you can't have all these corporations going under. We need low-income wage earners. We don't have any new high schoolers coming in, so let's just flood the country with illegals. God. When I say illegals, they can also be white. God, it's always like, oh, are you saying you hate this group?
Inspire mass shootings? How dare you try to tie me to some lunatic who murdered people? How dare you, actually?
Get him.
And in fact...
Go harder.
I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler wore those shoes. A lot of people are saying that you're like Hitler. Can you explain those shoes? Hitler wore exactly the same shoes, and you're like, I got nothing to do with Hitler. That's how I feel about your absurd, disingenuous question.
Right, so therefore you support gun control?
What? I thought...
Okay, and then it's like, are you having a debate or are you asking me a question? It's just so stupid. It's just so dumb. This is my moment. This is my platform. I'm gonna use it to teach Tucker Carlson, who's probably way more skilled at live speaking than me, a lesson. He's an idiot. He needs to be rebuked.
Thought it couldn't
don't
get
want any more
dumber, but it
shootings?
did. No, I don't support disarming law-abiding people so they can't defend themselves.
You better.
So the government has a monopoly on violence? I don't think so.
Yes.
First of all, in my country, that's illegal, as you know. But moreover, it should be illegal in every country. A sovereign person has the right to defend himself and his family. Period. And that said, I'm totally opposed to harming anyone. Have you been calling? Are you concerned about the war in Ukraine? And the countless innocents being murdered there every single day? I doubt you are. Probably Putin bad. I am. I'm a Christian. I hate violence.
What?
I hate mass shootings. I have guns at home and often on my person when I'm in the United States, I'm proud to say, because I want to defend myself and those I love against violence. That's the point. I'm not perpetrating crimes. I'm not shooting strangers. I'm defending what I love. And if you're against that, I guess I would ask why. Why would you be against that?
Well, so you don't think you harbor any kind of responsibility for these hate crimes?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be charitable.
Go
To
harder.
be charitable.
Get her.
I was like, maybe you're just pretending to be dumb. Now I don't think it's an act.
Tucker, thank you.
It's just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. I can't believe how naive I was to think at some point in my life the people from these news organizations are actually genuine human beings that want to get down to the bottom of information to make my life better. I lament at the idea that at one point in my life, I turned on the news and thought, these people are trying to help me better myself and understand what's happening around the world, rather than just this constant propaganda arm that is being pushed. Even today, we had a Supreme Court ruling that ruled in favor, which we'll get into later, about allowing the government to pressure social media companies to censor speech. I mean, the idea is, and then like the news agencies want this because they're more worried about a program like this or like Tim Pool or Stephen Kraft. Like you fill in the blank. They're more worried about a program like that being on the air and challenging their narrative, challenging their ideas, making them become better, forcing them to not be so freaking lazy than they are about telling you the truth and speaking truth to power. They don't care about that. They just want to be lazy. They just want this algorithm. They want to have their little celebrity look like with their black shirt and they want to be the modern celebrities. They want to be the influencers. They are mad that social media influencers are influencers because they want to be influencers at the end of the day. It's just, and every moment for them is a moment of their platform that they need to have. That's why this debate with Trump and Biden is going to be absolutely stupid. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just like, we don't need to have debates on these kind of news stations anymore. They need to be hosted by big podcasters, because a podcaster, I have more faith, and even like the Young Turks, who I just absolutely loathe, I have more faith in a program like that having open and honest conversation than actually CNN and Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. That's how you handle the media. But he gave her the benefit of the doubt, which I would have never done in the first place. I can see some of your chats. Pattern recognition is pattern recognition. Noticing race, isn't that racist? It is racist. Until we allow ourselves to have honest conversations about what happens between the different races, then we're never gonna get better. It's like we're so easy to talk about white men and the white male problems, but any other race, it's like, no thanks. Not going to get into it. Or like, why are Asian people doing so well in America? What makes them as a family unit or as a race do better than any other race? Nah, they're a minority and they're oppressed. Shut up. Why are they the richest race in America? Let's get into that. Oh, because they're hard workers and they're a strong family unit and they have a strong social background and they're like religious of some sort? Oh, no. No. Can't be. He lost it at reality. He lost her at reality. Well, yeah. Nothing triggers a modern media cultist like saying, hey, I would like to talk about reality today. Like, no, we're not talking about reality. We're getting into the real news. This is the real news. This is me when I join some crazy cult voice chat, says Valerie. I haven't been on one of those. I want to get on one of those. What crazy cult voice chat can I get on? I want to crank it up. Let's have some fun. Love the Young Turks. Even Anna, that was, yeah, I love the Young Turks, but I love them at the same time. They should let each candidate pick one moderator for the debate. That'd be kind of fun. Who do you think Trump would pick? Probably Sean Hannity. I don't know who Trump would pick. I just wonder. Biden would pick somebody who just recently he sniffed and thought, wow, that smells good. That's what I think. Okay. Everyone's talking about this right-wing new cartoon that is just absolute trash. What is it about? I called Sean Hannity. Did you? I'm telling you, Sean Hannity, I think that would be Trump's pick. I mean, he goes on Sean Hannity's show all the time, even though I think he's being interviewed by Tucker soon. Okay. What is it about the right and us not figuring out how to do cartoons or movies or media in general? I don't get it. There's a new show by Dave Rubin called it's the new norm show. The South Park of X. I mean, that is such an aggressive thing to say about your own program. I mean, that is such a no chance, dude. South Park is on another level than any other show, and you can't just be like, we're the South Park of X. So that means you're gonna be more hardcore than them? Be like saying, I'm the Steven Crowder of the smaller YouTubers. Same person, just a bunch less, more million of viewers. Okay. And I think this is one of my favorite. It seems it's so cringy that it feels fake. I don't get it. I mean, watch this. And I'm going to have to stop this every once in a while to avoid copyright. Okay. Notice right out of the bat, we have gay beer. Stick it to the left. The most annoying thing about like comedy in today's world, we always talked about CNN, no, SNL. They just say obvious stuff. They're just like, oh, Trump. They'll just regurgitate things that Trump already say. And it's like, we already laughed about that. That's the set of All in the Family. Is it really? I mean, it's just calories 100.
Ah! What's that?
Progress. It's the new norm.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm.
That literally sounds like it was written by AI.
I'm the old norm. I want normal beer.
I love the laugh track in this. They're literally ripping off my show. The laugh track. I need a laugh track. I just have a clap track. Okay.
Warning, perimeter reached.
The camera robot on this table looks like it's from the Portal. It is.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes
Did you hear that, right-wingers? Does that make you laugh? It's just so silly. You're just stating obvious stuff. It's just like,
they're neither. or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow! Janice! What's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also they, them, and me.
You're non-binary?
It's so silly. I like your sound effects more. Thanks, JR.
I'm gonna come.
Me too. It's just, it's so cringe.
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Norm, the judge agreed to conditional parole.
What condition?
Where's my room?
That's
You're
staying here?
Chaz is part of a new government program.
To
That's so much laugh track. It's so much. Willie says, I try to watch old All in the Family shows, but they were all woke back then. Oh, were they really?
educate homophobic,
Terrence Towns' child is not
transphobic, racist.
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just Black Whisper?
You're his friend.
Black Whisper. He's the pronoun meathead. He is the pronoun meathead. He's ready to fight anyone on the set. The new norm. It's just, there'll be a whole episode about like bathrooms or something. I just want, like, it's funny. Make it funny. You don't just state obvious stuff. The obvious stuff isn't, we're already laughing about this stuff.
And boss.
Also, this was funny about 10 years ago.
Speaking of,
This would have been funny 10 years ago because it would have been seen as edgy. Now, in today's world, this isn't edgy anymore. We've already laughed.
when you coming back to the trophy shop?
As soon as I get rid of this, which means I gotta take in that?
Offensive.
Chaz is
You keep messing up the pronouns.
here to
It's so silly.
re-educate
It's
Norm.
so silly.
In non-bonery studies.
Offensive.
I'm allergic to dogs.
It's okay. Billy is an emotional support dog and non-binary.
Oh, okay then. Good dog.
I come here to get away
Who wrote this? Who wrote this? This is like the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
from woke.
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try
Okay, I'm queued up. I'm ready. It's like a gun. I'm just like.
So many. Oh, I didn't even mean to press that. So many jokes on this show.
So many jokes, man.
Gina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
Hey, pronoun, this bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all
Whoa, that's gay.
influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
Can't do this.
Yes, we can.
Oh, look who it is. It's our health and safety officer.
Find a way to break him. Maybe we can fix the country.
I just want normals.
Beer.
Beer.
Hey, what is this, Bud Light? Hey, what does this Bud Light have a pronoun? Hey, what are we calling girls, boys these days? What is your cat, non-binary? I'm just an older white guy lost in this woke world. This video, it's just so sad. It is sad. Dave Rubin, you're rich, man. Get some real comedians to write for you, some edgy stuff. If you're gonna call yourself the South Park of X, you should be a little bit more edgy than this. You should really go hard.
You know there'll be jokes.
The new norm ain't the same as the old norm. Everything's changing and I don't know when. This woke nightmare will end. Thank God for Elon Musk.
Praise God for Elon Musk. Thank God for Elon Musk. Oh, thank you, Elon Musk, for saving us all. It's Elon Musk to the rescue. I'm offended they use a country song. Of course they use a country song. You know why? Because that's what they think. Like, we make fun of the left for just, but they think the right, okay, how do we get the right to like a cartoon? We'll have a country song. A kid that is dating the daughter that's non-binary, and we'll have woke beer, and Elon Musk will come in for some. Why is Elon Musk here? Oh, because it's on X. Dude, if I was Elon Musk, I'd be like, take this off my platform now. I will be censoring crappy comedy. And I would support them taking the show off X. I'm making a stand today. Thank God for Elon Musk. He saved us from our sins. Our freedom of speech is the only way with Elon at the helm. Elon, save us today.
Elon, you are the way.
This shit most means X is the home for free speech.
X is the home for free speech, except for some things that you're not totally allowed to say, and we still have some people that are technically censored and not allowed on the platform, but it's not a big deal. It's about freedom of speech. Hello. Don't actually look into us censoring people.
I almost forgot.
Cheese nuts! Okay, that was the only part that I actually genuinely laughed at. Cheese nuts. That's funny. That's pretty funny. You did it. You made a joke. Cheese nuts. Great job. One joke in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And how much are you paying your writers? Hopefully not much.
We're going to Disney World.
Make America funny again. I just make America funny again. You should be funny before you try to say something like that. I mean, did people watch this and then they laughed out loud? Did people openly laugh about this? What? Make America funny again because comedy is dead. No. Anybody with two brain cells that enjoys comedy actually knows that comedy is actually doing pretty good. And the whole cancel culture or people being afraid to say stuff is not happening anymore, except for the woke comedians who suck. And a lot of them are on Netflix. Unfortunately, Netflix likes crappy comedy. Except for the whole Tom Brady roast. That was somehow funny. But on YouTube, it's doing quite well. So I mean, it's like, yeah, maybe 10 years ago, you could have said something like this and they would have been like, whoa, you're crossing the line. This is funny. It's so refreshing to have this kind of take. But today, you gotta go harder than this. If you're gonna call yourself South Park of X, we know your thoughts. More cowbell, now that would be funny. That would be funny. Hey, Norm, we gotta have some more cowbell up in this. 10 hours before you need to be at work. Wait, what's a healthy hour to go to sleep? I stayed up until 5:30 a.m. today. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep until you go to sleep at around 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And then sleep through the night. What time you gotta wake up, JR? I'm the one who voted bad in the poll. I don't feel like feel good staying up too late. Pride unicorn. Dude, JR, stop partying so much, dude. Curb your gambling addiction, dude. I'm pretty sure you're the one that could gamble a lot. I wonder why they didn't make the wife a dingbat like the original Edith. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's just everything's stereotypical except for the black guy. That's a refreshing take. You know, like a white guy and a black guy being friends. You don't see that in today's world anymore. That's good to see. The old guy that feels like the world isn't what he remembers it being. Maybe that's just my generation. I don't think it's funny. Maybe for like an older generation. So if you're an older generation, you think it's funny, that's great. But I just don't. This character could be way more insane, and I would like it to be more insane. Like there should be, huge rack right here. Make it crazy. If you're gonna do comedy, comedy is all about taking it to the 10th degree. She is not annoying enough for me. And yeah, the mom needs character development. Who is she? What does she want? Why does she want to go to D's nuts? Still the funniest part of the Norm show. I just took a shower and it helped me feel better. Take a cold shower. Let's stop this show and help JR out. JR, we're praying for you, man. All right. JR, take a shower, go relax. Yeah, JR, take a shower, go relax, go take a nap, lay down. It's okay to go to sleep now. Just do it. Why are you staying up till 5:30 in the morning, man? What are you doing? What are you playing? Fortnite? What are we doing? What are we doing till 5:30 in the morning? We gotta get that out of our system, man. Unless you're hanging out with Hunter Biden doing a little fun time stuff. All right. So CNN gave us a demonstration of how the debate is going to go and how they're going to rein in Donald Trump and not allow him to actually have freedom of speech or speak. Watch this live.
If we go behind the podiums, you can see two green lights. When they're on...
Do you see them? 1, 2. That's 2 green lights. That's 2 green lights. There's one right here. Yeah, one right here, and there's another. What you could see is 2 green... This is epic stuff right here.
They signal to the candidate his microphone is on. When the green lights are off, they signal to the candidate his microphone is off.
Okay.
Now I want to give you a...
Okay, so when the lights are on, the microphone's on. When the lights are off, the microphone is off. Which tells us, with 2 brain cells, let's get in closer, they're going to be turning off Trump's microphone all the time. Anytime he has a great point or he's spreading misinformation, they're going to be like, excuse me, Mr. Trump, you can... And everyone's going to go, what the heck did he just say? He could have just said what would have ended Joe Biden's career for the rest of his life. We'll never know because it doesn't matter. Because 2 green lights means go. No green lights means stop.
A sense of what it will look like for viewers at home if a candidate whose microphone is off interrupts a candidate whose microphone is on. So I'm standing at one podium, and I'll ask Phil to come in and take the other podium. And so let's say I'm answering a question.
It's good to see diversity. This is what America should be like. Okay.
My light is green, and I'm speaking. Phil's microphone is off, and his green lights are not illuminated. He's going to interrupt me as I'm speaking, and this is what it will sound like.
He's going to be an absolute and he's not going to allow me to talk. Okay. Wait, it's going to sound crazy?
He's going to interrupt me as I'm speaking, and this is what it will sound like. My volume remains constant, while Phil's interruption can be difficult to understand.
Right. Except for every once in a while, we'll accidentally allow Joe Biden's mic on. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. Donald Trump's best quality in public speaking, and especially debates, is the quick rebuttals, The quick, you hear somebody saying something insane, you throw out something, you'd be in jail. That is literally what they're preventing. They don't want one of those moments where it makes him sound absolutely crazy. You'd be in jail. Like, they don't want that. God, I hate these debates. But I love them. It's like a love-hate thing. I wish it was just more open and honest, like WWE.
Let's try the opposite. My microphone is now on. Victor's microphone is off.
Are you stopping a black man from talking? Unbelievable. I can't believe CNN would be this racist.
And he's going to interrupt me. My volume remains constant, while Victor's interruption can be difficult to understand.
This is like the silliest thing. My mic is sounding absolutely totally fine, and what he's saying can be difficult to understand. I'm like, how dumb are your viewers? It's like, so what you're saying is that when the light is off, you mean their mic is off? And like, that means also if someone's talking that no one can hear them except for themselves? Oh my God, is that what a mic off means?
This production team has shared this demonstration with the campaigns earlier today, and we're sharing it with you, our viewers, so everyone fully understands how.
Look how acting he is. He's got his like squint on. We're sharing it with you, the viewer. We're sharing this information with you today of all days. This information is the real information. I'm CNN, and this is how I talk.
How tomorrow night will work. Now, we should note, by agreeing to participate in this debate, both campaigns and candidates have also agreed to abide by these rules. The CNN presidential debate airs live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for that breakdown. God, I would have never known. I would have been like, wow, they're really turning off Donald Trump's mic? Unreal. Here's what will happen, is the mics will be off, and anytime Donald Trump starts talking, he's going to start talking, and they'll go, excuse me, Mr. President, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Like, it's going to be the most obnoxious thing in the whole world. You already know what's happening. Can't wait for it, though. This is like the South Park. What, Valerie? Thanks for dumbing it down for me, CNN Cloud News Network. It's honestly, I saw this video being passed around. And I was like, this might be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. When my mic is on, it shows green lights. And green lights means people can talk. And you're not going to hear Donald Trump talking.
I'm going to come.
And that's going to be more consistent. And we may or may not give Biden more time. And we'll never cut his mic off, but we'll cut your mic off. I mean, you already know that's what's going to happen, right? It's like they're going to constantly cut off Trump's mic, but they're going to allow Biden to rebuttal and come in all the time. The minute I saw that there was going to be this button where the mic was on and off, they're going to just kill it. Isn't it pre-recorded too? Don't you know they will edit it? I don't know. I think it's live. But, you know, there could be a delay. Confirmation. They think their viewers are functional wheat. Well, that's me too. Okay. In 2020, these debates made me feel lots of anxiety because of lockdown and all the government control and BLM and Corona. Yeah, I remember those times. I hope we have just as much fun when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because I have fun. I have fun in debates. I don't get all wrapped up in who wins or loses. I just want to have fun, and I want to see some good moments. Speaking of good moments, watch Vivek just manhandle CNN. God, that's just about the debate tomorrow night.
I'll also tell you something I told President Trump, and I'll tell you as well, is I give him a lot of credit for doing this debate on the terms that were effectively set by Biden. Hosted by CNN in Atlanta without a live audience would be the equivalent of Joe Biden agreeing to do a Fox News hosted debate in Alabama with 3,000 live audience members. So I give Donald Trump a lot of credit for that. If you're going to lead the country, you got to be able to show up, and that's exactly what he's doing. I'll also tell you something I told President Trump.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I'm not going to actually acknowledge that point because that will make me and my colleagues look stupid. Yeah, this whole debate is geared around Biden, but Trump is like feeling so good about his chances during a debate. He's willing to like basically sign off on anything. It's like I'm going to own this guy. That's the kind of mentality I feel like he's feeling. I don't know. You get moderators who don't care about your opinion and think you're actually Hitler himself. They're going to do everything they can to get him to shut up. And now that we know that this whole like turning off mics thing where you have like a green button, when it's lit up green, that means the mic is on. But when it turns off, the mic is off. Now that we know that kind of stuff, we know they're going to be messing around a little bit. And then everyone on the left is going to go, oh, these right-wing extremists are just trying to say the reason Donald Trump lost the debate is because of fill in the blank. And we're like, yeah, that's exactly it. Donald Trump is a showman. You don't stick a great comedian in a laundromat and expect it to be the same show as somebody who performs in front of tens of thousands of people. You're not going to do that. It's like, that's not, it just changes the dynamic and it changes the person and everything that they're about. And that's what they want. They feel so powerful of like, if you want to debate, you're going to do it on our platform and we're going to make all the rules stacked, the chips stacked up against you. And so good luck. This is CNN. We're the real news. Trump Ramaswamy, dude. Like, if Trump picks Vivek, I'm all in. MAGA hats forever. Like, I just, as long as it's not Bergamania, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm okay with JD Vance too, but I would love, I just want to see the Vivek Kamala Harris debate. That's what I want to see. Because then CNN can't make it about race. And it'll just be about Vivek wiping the floor with her. And, oh God, America needs that. We need that. I need that. Hello, Mr. Derek. I want 10,000 before the end of July. Okay, 10,000. Send it your way. Give me your login information to your bank account, your routing number, bank account number, and all that kind of stuff. I will send you $10,000. As long as it's going to a Nigerian prince. Trump's energy will come from his dislike for Joe. Oh, 100%. I hope so. But Trump is also a salesman. So like, and a salesman can be in a room with people who he absolutely hates and find a way to channel that energy, but also disassociate in how much hatred you have towards that person to accomplish the mission. And so that's what I assume he'll do. I mean, don't forget, Trump is the same guy that went to North Korea and hung out with Kim Jong-un. Like, a guy that could have murdered him. He's not afraid to be in these rooms. And it could be to his demise, or it could be for the betterment, but we're not totally sure. Okay, man. Sometimes, like, I put together, like, a show, and I'm just like, I'm just running out of freaking time for this show, but I want to still have fun. Like, what do I want to do? Okay. 10,000 subs for you, not me. Oh, thanks. Todd, I want 10,000 subs too. Todd, the goal is for this show is to become a full-time career for me, and then I could go live in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. That's the goal for me. I would like to have fun and just give you the news and also just provide that kind of service. But I have a real job. in due time. So if you're not a member, be a member. Support extremists. I want the crap talking from Trump. That's what I want to. I want the crap talking, but the minute he starts doing that kind of stuff and making Joe Biden
I just want him to be like, Joe, are you wearing a diaper today or what?
I'm gonna come.
Is that diaper loaded? Do you need to take a potty break? That's what I want. And when Joe Biden just goes, man, I had to take you behind the barn and punch you in the face. You know Biden's going to say something stupid like that. You just know he's going to be like, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to take him out. And you're like, you're 95 years old and you can barely ride a bicycle or walk upstairs. Donald Trump rides in a golf cart and plays golf. You're not doing anything. Maybe we need that. Maybe America, in order for America to heal, we need a cage match between the two. In order for us to heal, we need that. Trump, you'd be surprised. I would love to watch that. I mean, I've seen that Trump video of him doing WWE stuff, and it would be amazing. All right, guys, I've had so much fun tonight. I hope you guys have had fun as well. We got through so much today. We got through the Tucker interview. What did we get through? CNN taping stuff. That Tucker stuff took forever. I didn't realize it would take that long. I apologize. I had way more stuff. Maybe I'll do a show in the wee hours of the stuff I didn't get to tonight. Look out for that. We'll see. Maybe an early morning show, 10 a.m. Check it out. See if I'm there. All right, guys, I had so much fun. Drop a like if you don't mind and put a comment below. I'd greatly appreciate it. It would help the algorithms out. Love you guys so much. Seriously. And I can't emphasize this enough, guys. Thank you so much for being here for the chat. I know there are great shows out there that you could be watching, but you chose to watch the show with me. And honestly, it means the world to me. I can't do the show without you. The show is a very interactive show, and I rely on my chat. I can feel the energy when you guys are here and you're communicating with me. It makes me up my game. And because I know I want to have you enjoy your time, because I know you use your time wisely. And that's what I always hope. So look, I always try to put on a good show for you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Freaking love you guys. Catch you guys tomorrow.